18 at the time of his death, correct?
Yes.
And you were Rob's legal guardian, his only living family member, correct?
Yes.
And as his guardian, it's your job to protect him from harm, yes or no?
Yes, yes it is.
Robert struggled emotionally after your parents passed away, correct?
Yes, but he wasn't really a bad kid. He just was going through a whole lot at the time due to our parents' death.
In fact, wouldn't you agree that losing them had a significant impact on his mental health, wouldn't you?
Yes, some could say that.
Isn't it true in your statement, you mentioned how Rob often acted impulsively? And
Yes, he did act impulsively sometimes, but at the time he was still grieving with the death of our parents. So, yes, even though his antics were bad, yeah.
would this impulsiveness often lead to defiance against you, yes or no?
No, it would, because really after the death, we really bonded, but he still had, impulsive antics, so, but really no.
So, yes. I'm sorry, I couldn't catch it.
No.
You have a personal relationship with Danny Green, correct?
No, I didn't have no personal relationship with Danny Green.
So you had no idea who he was?
I have some idea who he was, but I wasn't really close to him. I just know he was just annoying, like everybody said he was annoying. But a close relationship and a personal one, no.
So you have an idea of who Danny Green is, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You've known him for a while, haven't you?
No.
He's been around your brother Rob for a while?
Yes.
So did you have an idea of what kind of person he was?
Yes, somewhat.
And in your statement, you would describe him as annoying and immature, didn't you?
Yes.
By immature, you mean he lacked good judgment, right?
Yes.
And yet, despite knowing that, you trusted him to be around your younger brother, correct?
I really can't answer that for you.
Did you or did you not trust him around your brother?
Yes.
Okay. And you've seen Danny Green buy alcohol at the Wilsonville Mini Market before, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
And you knew he was under the age of 21 at the time, correct?
Yes.
But you never reported it to the store, to the police, or even Casey Farnsworth who sold him that, didn't you?
No, because I thought Casey Farnsworth would ask for ID, which she clearly did not.
So you had no issue with Danny illegally buying alcohol until now?
I've had an issue with it, but it really hasn't struck out to me. So, no.
So it only became a problem when you needed someone to blame, didn't it?
No.
Okay. The alcohol at the party came from multiple sources, not just Danny Green and the Miltonville Mini Market, correct?
Correct.
And Rob was drinking beer from a bottle, not a can, yes?
Yes, he was drinking from a bottle.
So that bottle could have come from another guest, correct?
Yes.
And you weren't keeping track of how much alcohol each and every person drank at this event, were you?
I can't keep track of over 20 people. No.
Okay. And on the night of July 31st, 2021, you both attended this party, correct?
Yes.
And there were a lot of people there that night, weren't there?
Yes.
There were minors at this party, including Rob, right?
Yes.
And Rob was drinking, correct?
Correct.
What about Danny? He was drinking as well?
He was drinking too.
And you saw him drink one beer, correct?
No, he drank multiple.
Okay. So how about two?
No more than 2.
How about 3?
More than 3.
4 beers?
6.
Yes or no?
Objection, Your Honor. Leading.
Your Honor,
Respond.
Your Honor, this cross-examination, I have more than
Objection overruled.
How about 4?
No.
5 beers?
Objection, Your Honor. Argumentative.
Do you have a reply?
Your Honor, I'm asking these questions to establish the context of the party and the lack of control over alcohol consumption.
Okay. I'll overrule the objection for right now.
How about 6 beers?
Yes.
So, Mr. Dillard, I apologize. You saw alcohol readily available at this party, didn't you?
Correct.
In fact, there are multiple sources of alcohol at this party. Beer and other drinks, correct?
Correct.
And no one was checking IDs to see who was underage, were they?
No. Correct.
This party was located at the House of House residence, correct?
Correct.
And they allowed this said alcohol to be available to minors, correct?
Correct.
And by hosting a party like this, the House of House failed to take responsible steps, or reasonable steps, to ensure the safety of their underage guests,
No.
And did you report them to the authorities after Rob's death, or sue them like you're doing the mini market?
No.
So you're blaming Casey Farnsworth for selling the alcohol, but not the people who let the minors drink at their house, correct?
Correct.
The alcohol at the party didn't just come from Danny Green, did it?
No.
And you saw people drinking from bottles and cans and different brands, correct?
Correct.
So it's impossible to say where Rob's drinks actually came from, isn't it?
Correct.
And you can't say for certain whether Rob was drinking alcohol bought by Danny, can you?
Correct.
And you weren't at this party later that night when things escalated, were you?
I was. So no.
You left the party before Rob?
Oh. Correct.
And you left the party this night, leaving Rob behind, correct?
Correct.
And if you were his legal guardian, responsible for his safety, correct?
Correct.
And you knew alcohol was being consumed at this party, didn't you?
Correct.
And before you left, you were made aware of Danny's reckless driving, weren't you?
Correct.
But even after hearing and seeing that, you still chose to leave Rob there, didn't you?
Correct. But I urged him to take a life or crash at the Hasselhouse house.
But you didn't.
Correct.
And you didn't even arrange for him a safe ride home, did you?
Correct.
And you didn't check on him after you left, did you?
Correct.
So knowing your risk, knowing that Danny was drinking heavily and acting recklessly, you still chose to leave your younger brother behind in this environment. Isn't that true?
Correct.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Any redirect?